Hi, I'm Joseph, co-founder of the Abundant Culture Fund, and today we are getting ready to analyze an investment opportunity that can help you grow your retirement income faster than you ever thought possible and with a lot less risk as well. Now, a lot of people do not know that they can use small business acquisitions as a retirement vehicle, and I believe it's the best retirement vehicle out there because it produces way more income than most traditional retirement assets, as you'll see later on in this video. But also, if you have the right team in place, it can also have a lot less risk as well. So if you take a look at my screen here, we have a landscape management company in Palm Beach Gardens in Florida. And I don't know if that's how Palm Beach actually looks. It might, but if so, it's a pretty high-end, nice place. I actually like it. It looks great. And some of the things that stand out to me about this listing is that it's comprised of both kind of residential lawn maintenance and also commercial lawn maintenance, and they're about 60-40, so they got a very, very good mix of both, which I think from a risk mitigation standpoint is really good for diversification of the business revenue. So that's good. And also another thing that stands out to me about this is that the owner works about 40 hours a week. Now, that could be a bad thing because it may mean that the new owner needs to work 40 hours a week. But every now and again, you'll see these listings where the owner works a lot, but only because they actually want to work a lot. And if you read a little bit more, it also says that he has experienced supervisors that manage the crews. So a lot of what the owner is doing is administrative work. And if that's pretty much the bulk of their work, it's pretty simple to find somebody to do administrative tasks, probably for a lot less than the current owner is doing it for. So it doesn't seem like a passive income opportunity at first glance, but if you read into it and you kind of know the space, that it might actually be able to be turned into a passive income kind of opportunity. So it has 12 employees, and as usual, the reason that the seller is selling is because they are looking to retire. A lot of people don't want to run these businesses forever, and they don't have a plan for a succession. So that's where people like me actually come in. So taking a look or a deeper dive into the numbers, it has an asking price of $450,000 and a gross revenue of $1.1 million. It has furniture, fixture, and equipment of $157,000, and it has a cash flow of $165,000. So let's take a look at how this business would look if my fund actually bought it and what my investors would actually make off of that transaction. So to find that out, we go here to the fund return analysis, kind of like calculator spreadsheet, and it has a ton of data on it. I don't want you to get overwhelmed by that. A lot of these are numbers that I would care about, but not necessarily numbers that my investors would care about. So for today's purposes, I want you to turn your attention to the numbers that are color coded. You'll see the first one is this bright green box up here. That's where we have the asking price of $450,000. And assuming that we don't use any financial leverage or grow the company, which obviously we're probably going to do both of those things, but just so you can compare apples to apples, we take that factor of the equation out. But assuming that this company should continue to cash flow at least $165,000, and off of that cash flow, my investors would actually make a 27% return on their money just from the cash flow, not including any financial leverage, and also without even growing the company. So that is a very good return when you take into consideration you don't have to speculate or take into consideration any growth in order to get that return. It's what the business is already producing today. So as a dollar amount, that 27% return would actually be $123,000 per year that investors would get until they have all of their money back. And let's see how this deal actually stacks up against other different retirement assets. So in order to do that, I created a retirement income comparison calculator. And what I did is I did research on stocks, bonds, and multifamily real estate, and found that if you take away financial leverage and if you don't include the growth in equity in those assets, you'll pretty much make 6% on your money or less. A lot of times it's less. But what that basically means that the income that those assets generate should pay you 6% per year, which basically means if you invested $100,000, you should be making $6,000 per year in income. So that means if you invest $500,000 into those assets, your retirement income annually would be about $30,000, which is okay for some people. You know, there's some people that that's all they need in order to retire. But you can invest that same $500,000 into that type of business in the Abundant Culture Fund and make a 27% return on your money just from the cash flow, just as income every single year. And that would actually boost your income to $137,000 per year in retirement off of the same $500,000. So there's only two ways you can increase your retirement income. You can either invest more into retirement or you can increase your return. I believe it's a lot simpler and a lot more efficient to increase the return. So that is a $107,000 increase per year in your retirement income, which is also a 458% increase, basically making 4.5 times more in your retirement just from moving your assets from, you know, just the traditional stocks, bonds, and multifamily real estate to small businesses under the Abundant Culture Fund. So let's say you had a goal of just producing $60,000 a year in retirement income. How much would you have to invest in order to achieve that goal? Well, with traditional assets, you would have to invest $1 million into retirement in order to get $60,000 per year. But with the Abundant Culture Fund and that business that we just analyzed, you would only have to invest $217,000 into your retirement in order to get the same $60,000 of income. So tell me what you think is easier, investing $1 million and getting $60,000 or investing $217,000 and getting $60,000, getting the same income, basically. So what that really equates to is that you get there, you can get to your retirement income goal $782,000 earlier, meaning that there's $782,000 that you no longer have to invest in retirement just because you moved your money from one place that is a little bit inefficient to a retirement asset class that is a lot more efficient. So that pretty much concludes our analysis for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you're somebody who is looking to double your retirement income in less time, with less investment, less risk, and less fees, reach out to us at abundantculturefund.com. Also, if you're a small business owner who is looking to sell your business so that you can focus on the next phase in your life, also reach out to us at abundantculturefund.com. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.